This is the Traeger Ironwood 885 wood pellet grill and smoker. It's a big, oval body pellet grill on a rock-solid sawhorse cart. Finished in black powder-coated steel with a 3/4 stainless side shelf, chunky wheels on one end, and locking casters on the other. The main chamber has that stadium shape instead of a perfect cylinder, 2 tiers of porcelain-coated grates, and the smoke exits from a rear downdraft vent instead of a chimney. On the side, there's a 20-pound pellet hopper with a clean-out door and a built-in pellet sensor. It measures about 27 inches deep, 53 inches wide, and 47 inches tall, and it's heavy at around 170 pounds. From my experience, assembly is straightforward, but not a one-person lift. The legs, shelf, and handle go on fast. The first power-up and burn-in took about an hour and doubles as a simple tutorial. I like that the controller walks you through priming the auger and starting the fire. Right away, I noticed the D2 controller and brushless motor feel responsive. When I change a set temp, the fan ramps smoothly and the unit doesn't overshoot much. Key features that matter to me start with WiFIRE. That's Traeger's app connection over 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi. I can set temps, check the included meat probe, and get pellet level alerts. There's also Grill Guide, where I can send a recipe program to the grill so it steps through temps and timers for me. Turbo Temp preheats faster than older pellet grills I've used. In my opinion, that's one of the reasons I reach for this unit more often on weeknights. It gets to 225 degrees fast, and 450 to 500 degrees doesn't take too long either. The double wall side insulation helps on cold days. The airflow setup, with TRU convection and the rear downdraft exhaust, spreads heat evenly and keeps flare-ups down because the fire is in a protected cup, not under open grates. If you're new to pellet grills, here's the simple idea. It burns compressed hardwood pellets in a small fire pot. An auger feeds pellets, and a fan adds oxygen. The controller meters both, so it holds temperature like an oven. That's why it feels set and forget. The Ironwood's range is 165 to 500 Gro, which covers low and slow barbecue, roasting, baking, and higher heat grilling. I've smoked ribs at 180 to 220 Fahrenheit, roasted chickens around 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and baked pizzas on a stone near 475 degrees Fahrenheit. From my experience, temperature control is steady. I typically see swings within about 10 degrees of the set point, and it recovers quickly after I open the lid. Super Smoke is a button I use anytime I'm cooking 165 to 225 degrees Fahrenheit. It changes the fan and auger cycles to make more visible smoke. It does boost the aroma, but I want to be clear about flavor. In my opinion, pellet smoke is clean and on the lighter side compared to a stick-burning offset or a charcoal cooker with wood chunks. My pork butts come out juicy and tender, the ribs are consistent, and salmon gets a nice kiss of smoke. If I want a heavier profile, I run Super Smoke for the early hours and sometimes add a separate smoke tube in the back corner. That's been the most reliable way for me to push deeper smokiness without hurting temperature stability. Searing is better than I expected for a pellet grill, but still different than a direct flame gas sear. Dropping the main grate to the lower position puts food closer to the radiant heat, and using a hot cast iron pan or griddle on the grate takes steak crust to a better place. For burgers and chicken thighs at 450 to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm happy with the results. For a steakhouse crust, a skillet or a quick reverse sear in a ripping hot pan finishes the job nicely. Capacity is generous. 2-tier grates give me room for crowd cooks, and the 885 square inches feel honest. I've run 3 pork butts on the main grate and still had top rack space for trays of sides. It's perfect for weekend hosting, bigger family cooks, or meal prep. The 20-pound hopper typically covers an all-day smoke. I do stir pellets during very long cooks because the hopper shape can tunnel. Pellets drop in the center while the sides hang up. The pellet sensor is handy, but it can't always see a tunnel, so a quick stir with a scoop keeps the fire fed. Connectivity has been mostly good for me. When WiFIRE works, it's great. I love getting alerts when a probe hits target temp and letting Keep Warm kick in at 165 degrees Fahrenheit so food doesn't overcook. I've also had the app refuse to reconnect a couple of times mid-cook. Power cycling the grill and the app fixed it, but it's annoying. If you have spotty Wi-Fi outside, a stronger 2.4 GHz signal or a mesh node helps a lot. Maintenance is part of the deal. I scrape grates after each cook while they're still warm. Every few cooks I pull the grates, drip tray, and heat baffle, then vacuum ash out of the fire pot in the bottom. That's key to prevent airflow issues and grease flare-ups. Disposable drip tray liners save time, and keeping the grease channel and bucket clear matters. From my experience, running the grill very hot when the interior is greasy is the fastest way to make a mess or cause a small flare that can spike temps. Let's talk durability because it's important. The frame and barrel feel stout, but I've seen finish concerns. On my unit, I noticed light rust along a seam after a wet month, even under a cover. I also had a small blister in the powder coat near the bottom of the barrel after a brief flare-up. I've heard similar stories from other owners about paint peeling or bubbling after high-heat cooks or minor grease fires. In my opinion, the grill cooks like a premium unit, but the exterior finish doesn't always live up to the same standard. I protect mine with a fitted cover and a wipe-on automotive wax every few months. It sounds odd for a grill, but it helps bead water and slow down corrosion. I also keep the interior clean, so I'm not blasting 500 WiFIRE on top of a greasy tray. Warranty support on cosmetics can be hit or miss, so I try to avoid giving the finish a reason to fail in the first place. Noise and feel are worth mentioning. The brushless auger is smooth and quieter than older pellet rigs I've used. The fan hum is noticeable but not loud. The lid has a solid lift, and the side shelf is sturdy enough for a cutting board and a tray of food. The included single meat probe is accurate enough for me. I still keep a handheld instant read for quick checks. In my opinion, the Ironwood 885 shines on brisket flats, pork shoulder, ribs, chicken wings, and anything you do low and slow. Roasting veggies and baking cornbread or cookies on the top rack is fun and easy. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants repeatable results without babysitting a fire. It's perfect for busy weeknights, parties where you'd rather hang out than manage charcoal, and cooks who like using an app to monitor from inside. If you're chasing heavy smoke and a thick, competition-style bark, you might want to supplement with a smoke tube, or consider a different style of smoker. If you hate cleaning or you don't have reliable outdoor Wi-Fi, those are factors to think about too. From my experience, a few simple habits make this grill better. Use super smoke whenever you're under 225 grease hours. For richer smoke, run the first couple of hours at 180-200 grease favies before ramping up. Stir the hopper during all-day cooks. Keep a shop vac handy and clean the fire pot regularly. Watch your grease management before high-heat sessions. Keep a cover on it, and wax the exterior if you live in a wet or coastal area. In conclusion, the Traeger Ironwood 885 delivers consistent oven-like control with real hardwood flavor, a roomy cooking area, and a smart app experience that's easy to live with. It's not trying to be a traditional offset, and the smoke profile reflects that. Cleaner and lighter, but very dependable. The tech and temperature stability are the main reasons I use it so often. The downsides are the occasional app hiccup, the need for regular cleaning, and finish durability that requires care. If you accept those trade-offs, it's a versatile backyard cooker that can handle everything from ribs to pizza with minimal stress. If this video helped, hit subscribe and drop your questions or your own Ironwood tips in the comments. Thank you for watching.